My name is Kimberly Morris, and I am here today to attempt to persuade state legislators to vote against legalizing marijuana. Marijuana should not be legalized as a recreational drug. Legalization of this drug will have negative impacts on society as a whole. There will be more users of this drug and more consequently adverse results. There will be a risk of developing adverse physical effects on the human body and the mental state as a result of marijuana use. Legalizing marijuana may appear to have economic benefits on America's economy, but on the contrary, the economy just very well may suffer. There is evidence based information that has showed that there are adverse effects that marijuana having significant impacts on the course of the brain development. Psychomotor and higher level functioning is impaired when there is stunt brain growth, and marijuana can clearly stunt brain growth. Marijuana is also associated with early age onset of psychotic disorders, particularly schizophrenia. Marijuana can affect almost every organ in your body, your nervous system, and your immune system. And you can research this information on the WebMD. It will also increase your heart rate up to 2 times higher. This is why some people tend to have heart attacks right after smoking marijuana. Safety is always an issue for a person under the influence of marijuana, and this can just simply be from your ability to not have the same reaction time in an emergency situation that you may have if you were not under the influence. I'm going to give you an example. It has been proven that the chances of car accidents doubles after smoking marijuana. Studies have found that marijuana does have some addicting properties within it. Your tolerance to marijuana generally builds up relatively quickly. By knowing that, people generally who do marijuana need to smoke more and more and more because their tolerance level builds up because they're not getting the same mental effect that they were getting when they initially started smoking. And the fact of needing more marijuana to get the same effect means spending more money on the individual purchasing the marijuana, which then makes that person, because of addicting behaviors, spend more time thinking about the marijuana. Then they fall from completing tasks as they normally would have done. And actually, sometimes it jeopardizes their employment. And then, if a person does not have the funds to buy the marijuana, there will be no distribution of marijuana. Marijuana has been also known as the gateway drug. And what I mean by that is it's the pathway to other more dangerous addicting substances like cocaine and heroin. Most cocaine and heroin addicts, if you talk to them, you will find out that they started off mainly with marijuana. And as time went on, they needed something to get them higher, as per se. Taking a moment to think about adolescents and the potential risks of them being exposed to illegal drugs, which marijuana being most common exposure, that makes it also so questionable. Do we really want this drug to be realized? I'm sorry, to be legalized? Do we want this drug to be presented in society for them to purchase over the counter? Yes, I do understand that there will be age restrictions and some limitations placed on who can purchase marijuana, but let's be realistic. There's restrictions and limitations placed on who can purchase alcohol, but yet and still we still have underage individuals drinking. This will be the same for marijuana. Legalizing marijuana could also have a negative effect on the economy. With all the government to be, it's going to have a negative effect on the economy with the government being able to keep up with the production of marijuana. This production is going to be overwhelming to the economy and to the government. People are already now consciously purchasing marijuana, but to have the ability to just freely purchase marijuana, has the government really thought about that? Legalizing this, more people will try marijuana, and meaning more people will eventually smoke marijuana, which means the production and the distribution of marijuana will grow rapidly. And I wonder if the government has really thought about that as well. I maintain my thoughts and belief that marijuana should not be legalized. No matter how it's viewed, marijuana is a mind altering substance just like any other drug. I have presented some references for your use if you wanted to study this and research this even further than what I have presented to you. But I hope the legalization of marijuana is prohibited. Thank you.